And thanks a lot, Workshop to Inspire GTI. Good evening, guys. I know this organization through my friends and all. It's a kind of a chat, informal chat we had during our picnic and some social gathering. And Ranjan, who is a very, kind of a guy with a lot of innovative ideas and approach, he said, Rahul, why don't you join and do something with us also? I said, okay, let me try and all. And from that time, I've seen that the most interesting part is that every day there is something new they are talking about. So many new ways, no, a lot of flexibility, a lot of new ideas, a lot of new people all over the world are joining. No age bar, no theme, kind of a restriction. So that's the most interesting thing which I found in the GTI and this organization. And when finally he caught me, it's finally also his wife. So when they both said that, no, you have to do, so I could not find any space to run. I'm a very simple guy. Whatever Ranjana said, there's nothing great about me. But yes, I'll try. So I'll try to give an kind of an insight of the today's topic. So the today's topic, guys, which is very interesting, I found that there are two different phrases of this topic. One is the new job opportunity, and the second part is that the post-lockdown economy. If I check the second part, it will say something different. If I take the first part, it says something different. So let's start from the both the sides and let's find out that how it goes and all. Ranjan is a very strict guy. His friend Vikas is also very strict. So yesterday we are trying to do a dummy and both just blasted me and said that, hey, you are taking too much time. Our viewers are not having that much of time. Don't bore us. So please finish as soon as possible. So guys, I can commit that I'll finish as soon as possible, whatever I little bit know about that. Thanks a lot, Ranjan. Let's start. Guys, this is a very common photograph and the common phrase. I think that is the best suitable picture what we have today at this moment after this 45 or maybe around 50 days of the lockdown so-called. That's a half glass of water. And now it depends on you how you'll be seeing at it, whether you'll be seeing it's a half empty or half full. You know, guys, I love reading. So just prior to the lockdown, my last book, what I read, it's about the autobiography of Jack Ma. Sorry, guys, it's about China, but I can't help it. I love this fellow. So energetic, so innovative. So in his autobiography to his secretary, he was telling one day that when you close your mouth for a long period of time, your eyes will begin to do the talking. I just love this line, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to talk too much. I really want to shut my mouth. And I just feel that through this presentation and topic, at least some insights you'd be having, you will get your own question and answer also. So your eyes should begin to do the talking. Guys, as I said that it's about the post-lockdown Indian economy. So I think we are now talking about the glass is empty. That's actually sound. The 24 hours, all the medias are talking about either this pandemic and virus. Sorry, guys, I know very little about that, so I don't want to talk about this boring topic. Medias are enough to talk about those things. But even last 30 days, all the medias across the country are talking about how Indian economy is going through. So I've been compelled to say in the beginning, yes, that's the truth. Let's see this graph. Very simple thing I want to show. One is the GDP rank and GDP growth. So whether you are having an international reputed economist or any kind of domestic little bit of learned fellow, everybody is talking. India's GDP rank and growth both are declining from 2018 onward and 2030. I'm little optimistic. That's why I'm putting 1.9%. Some people are saying it can reach to the 0.8. So it means it's a downgrade kind of graph. You can see that's lovely pyramids without mummies. So next is the kind of Indian economy's current situation. I think the three things are very important to know. The unemployment situation, the currently it is prior to lockdown, it was 6.74%. It has reached the first week of May, 27%. The export was prior to lockdown around 37 billion, post-lockdown 21 billion. Import was 36.5 billion, and it has reduced to the 11.7. So again, this pink and green graphs, which my team has helped me to prepare, everywhere it's actually the downsides. I can't help it. A couple of other index to understand the current situation of Indian economy. That is about the very common pattern, the Purchasing Managers Index, the PMI, which has been reduced from 49.3 to 5.4 as a post-lockdown. The manufacturing PMI is also came down from 51 to 27%. GST collection, which is one of the major source of the revenue last 2 years, we are seeing how much fight is going on the GST. Even luckily enough, as part of one of the GST formation committee of the government, so I know that how much fight all the state and central was doing, but it also came down almost 40% post-lockdowns. GDP's decline to the service sector has come down to 55% less. So that's really worrying. Yes, government is trying to do, just they announced a lockdown. They have announced a couple of measures to help or boost the economy. They're given and kind of the Reserve Bank, the reverse repo rate, some liquidity to the mutual funds and all. Sector-specific stimulus package is yet to announce. It's too late. Modern developed country has already announced in the beginning. US has done 3 billion USD, but I'm not going into that political conflict and rhetoric. But yes, that's the situation. We can't help it. Now we talk about the employment. In the normal time, there are three major sectors which actually captures the employment of India. One is the agricultural sector, the 43%, the largest, you know. Second is the service sector, which is around 32%, and then the manufacturing, which is around 25%. Now, as I said earlier, that India's unemployment rate now has increased to 27%, which are those major sectors which has been impacted. We all know these sectors actually. Automobile, every day we are getting a lot of news, tweets, all the Maruti plants, or the Fords, or Hyundai, Honda cars, all are weaponing. Even actually, it's not only about the lockdown. Last 2 years, they are actually fighting in terms of their sustainability, whether it's a lot of new policies has come up. So that's really an issue, the GST and all. So they're doing a lot of lobbying, but the current situation is now worse. Cement industry, retail, logistics, hospitality, construction and real estate. No economics you need to know about to know that which are those sectors. But let's understand that how this situation is directly impacting on the hiring. So the hiring activity in India fell by 62% in April 2020. Guys, I forget to tell about, I represent an organization called Quest Corp, as Ranjan said. It's a public listed company. But the most important part is that we have an employee strength of 3.9 lakh people in all over India. We are the single largest private employer of the country. One of the major services is also a manpower service we provide. We have around 12,000 crore annual turnover currently. Now we know this data very well because that's one of our business. So the hiring activity in India fell by 62% in April 2020. Hotel industry report and decrease of 91%. Travel industry also, auto industry 77%. If we check about the city-wise, Delhi is top, 70% decline in the hiring, 62 in Chennai, Kolkata and Mumbai, it's around 60%. Most of the people who are actually in the entry level, they have faced a lot. That's the kind of hiring. Now, guys, I think I've already done in terms of the showing how this glass is empty. I think that's now my responsibility to show you the other side because that's the topic. Otherwise, the GTI will come back to me and say, hey, guys, you have already bored us after 45 days, 50s. We are not going out. Luckily, we are getting liquor shops open. So we are getting also the home delivery. I don't know where you are, but most of the states have started. But I really don't want to bore you also. So it's a half full, half empty, as I said. Let's see what's the bright side. It's not full bright, but still, it depends on you how you'll be looking at it. So now, me and my team, with our experience, has selected a couple of sectors which is still growing. And I personally feel after talking to a lot of people and all, I'm also it doesn't sound nice to talk about all those things. But yes, I'm part of the Niti Aayog Empowered Committee about the job and employment, so I know this how it's moving on. So contribution to Indian economy, the IT and ITS sector, which is a large, the $181 billion. I know every day you'd be getting Economic Times and all that IT sectors are not growing. But I still feel that the employee strength of 4 million, the annual growth would be 3.5. And why I feel the reason for the growth is that there are three simple things. One, I think this is the sector where the work from home, which is currently happening and coming 2-3 quarters would be happening. The 70 to 80% of IT industries can easily work from home. So that's a very, very compatible kind of a nature. Then the smartphone and the technology, kind of the best industry that is, and also a lot of new policies which government of India has enacted. So I feel that still these sectors will be going. But most interesting, this IT sectors and ITES sector, I think that's also very important, ITES, which has come up a lot of new kind of the job opportunity, a lot of new interesting thing. I know very little bit about that. I'm an very, very outdated guy in that sense. But everybody talked about artificial intelligence. I don't have intelligence at all, so I don't know what is the artificial intelligence. Then the cybersecurity experts, very interesting. We are all using now Zoom, and a couple of days back, some of people of my corporate fellows and group, they said, hey, how could you use the Zoom? There's a lot of security threat. I said, okay, at least there is no theft and no dacoits are coming to your house because of the lockdown. So let's get some cybersecurity threat. Then the cloud computing experts, I love to actually fly in the clouds. Remote working expert, you are working from home, so remote working. Backend developer, IT infrastructure expert, ethical hackers. That's my dream one day to be. I really love, yesterday I was telling Ranjan, what's my retirement plan? I want to be a hacker, whether it's ethical or unethical, but I want to be best in Stockholm, hire a large house. I'm very greedy, kind of maybe in top floor of a house, and I'd be having those scooter, very stylish Hollywood looks, and doing an ethical hacking. So that's very interesting. But what's the qualification required is that you have to be graduates, definitely. You need to have a lot of different sector-specific technical diploma and degrees. So that's the IT-ITS sector. Next sector is healthcare. No, I don't want to talk about the pandemic and related to the health. This is an overall general phenomena is that up to the rural economy, the health consciousness is growing. Contribution to the Indian economy, the healthcare sector, it's large now. US $370 billion. We are expecting to reach by 2022. Employee strength, the 47 lakh currently, but I have been told that it has already reached 56 lakh. Growth expected 14%. Reason for growth. India is very good in terms, very bad actually in the public health infrastructure. The current GDP share is only the 1.28, which is one of the lowest even in the Asia. So a lot of the underdeveloped countries are far better than India in that. So we are expecting a growth of the 3%. We'll be reaching 3% by 2022 as a GDP share. But there are a lot of related sectors of the healthcare has come up. So whether it's medical tourism, hospital management, lifestyle, wellness, you love, kind of thing every day. Now, if you open your Twitter, your TikTok, your Insta, everybody's talking about how to do that. Even I know a fellow that, 7-8 years back, I know that fellow. He was not at all good in job. So he lost his job. And suddenly, a few days back, I got a WhatsApp. He said, hey, sir, I have started a yoga session and all. Would you like to join? So, lifestyle and wellness. Medical equipments, you know that how much it is important. A lot of MNCs are working, a lot of Indian. We have reached the PP producer as the #1 in India. Telehealth, even my company has partnered with the 1MG to do the telehealth for our large number of 4 lakh employees. So how it's going, you can understand. Health insurance, during even this lockdown where the spam calls are as less, but I'm still getting the calls for the health insurance, so I can understand. Apart from doctors, the nurse, how good Indians are in the nursing. We are providing, even the whole middle is the nurse from the Kerala mostly. So, how good are. Then there are a lot of technicians, pharmacists, health insurance specialists, radiation specialists, therapists, diagnostic expert, healthcare marketing professionals, and related, the lifestyle expert, Rujita Divaka, certain celebrity lifestyle expertise that everybody goes, and such a lovely, I also follow her. So a lot of the related technical qualification, but the basic qualification you should have certain, and related technical field. Even it's not always required that you have to have a degree or diploma. You can also earn short online diploma for this and join this industry as well. E-commerce. We all know that we can't go to the shopping mall now, but do you think it could have been stopped our shopping, whether it's an essential service and non-essential? Yes, Minister of Home Affairs is coming one by one, whether it's essential, Amazon can deliver you, or Walmart, or the non-essential. That's a lot of political conflict. I don't want to talk about that, the zone base and all. But at the end of the day, the contribution of e-commerce in Indian economy is 40 billion US dollar. Employee strength has already reached 0.35 million. Growth expected huge, 13%. I've been heard that it's also reached 16.7% currently. You know what's the reason? 100% FDI is allowed. That's why Walmart has taken the Flipkart. In that sense, Amazon is doing relatively good. But apart from that, there are a lot of new sector product specific e-commerce has started. So that can also do a lot of good things. It also gives a lot of blue collar job. My companies are having in the e-commerce sector, apart from white collar, in the blue collar, more than 60,000 people are employed. So you could understand that. As a, even I say that 1/10 or 1/8 of the Amazon delivery boys are actually trained by Questcom. So the supply chain manager, warehouse manager, this is a little white collar job. Station supply, speakers, packers, scanner, delivery specialist, e-commerce, marketing specialist, a lot of technical related engagements e-commerce are also doing. So sector specific technical qualification, management qualification for blue collar, even you can do an kind of an +2 and ITI graduates also. So a lot of new areas are coming for the e-commerce kind of thing. Digital media and entertainment. Guys, yes, we can't go to the PVR, but definitely all the weekends we are on Netflix, Amazon, a lot of regional base and all. So digital entertainment. I'm shocked to know that the 75 billion US dollar, it has already reached in Indian economic contribution, employee strength 5 billion, growth expected 15 to 20%. What's the reason? I have a celebrity cinematographer as my cousin brother, Sudeep Chatterjee, my Bua's son. He's based off Mumbai. He does almost all the Sanjay Leela Bhansali's movie. Currently, he was shooting actually the Gangubai, Alia Bhatt, Sanjay Leela's. So I asked day before yesterday, Sudeep, what's going on? So he said, yes, we are stuck, but we are very worried because the set is ready in the Goregaon. We can't resume our shooting, so we are worried what would happen on that. So I said, hey, how this digital media is doing, digital entertainment. He said, you name any celebrities, everybody is want to present the digital media. So that's the kind of the strength of this media. And then you have the smartphone users, almost 400 million people there. Even people are saying that 2030, it would be in 1 billion actually in that sense. New content, new concept, ad-free shows, a lot of government policies as also 5G, bandwidth and all. Apart from this technical kind of a job which digital entertainment is giving us, if you are good in your creative, if you are a singer, if you are a dancer, if you are a content writer, if you do a lot of creative things and all, you can still be employed in the digital entertainment. Then the digital media. Tell me, guys, which can be the industry who want to do marketing in India or China or any parts in Asia, because that's the largest populous countries, without doing anything on the digital media marketing. So nobody could imagine. So you can see that what's the jobs opportunities are available in the digital media and entertainment. You need to be technical diploma holder if you are going for the technical level, or you are advertising and marketing qualification, or any other creative qualification. Next sector is the facility management, but I want to focus on the technology base. If we heard about that, the facility management, everyone thinks it's only a blue collar job. No, guys, I have a company under Questcorp which does a lot of technology based facility management, whether it is in peripheral, techno-based security for the airport and the public infrastructure of the Delhi metros or the nuclear plants and all. And because of this pandemic and current situation, all the corporates, manufacturing plants, industrial setup, they're looking for techno-based private security, techno-based the facility management. It is almost 58,000 crore. Indian economy is 0.35 million. 20% CAGR is the growth, and the job opportunities both in the blue collar and the white collar, in the lot of engineers. One of my companies having in the facility management and the quest of 600 service engineers. So the management professionals, they do actually the lifestyle related branding services. So there are both hard services and the soft service. You can do anything. Finance professionals, a lot of management professionals, marketing professionals, those are the requirements and all, even the HR. So guys, if you see the current phenomena of the situation which we are going through, whether it's good or bad, that depends on you how you'll be looking at that. But basically, mostly it's a work from home. What you need to do as a part of the work from home, I personally feel, that's my personal suggestion, you need to be a good communicator, because you're not all the time sitting with your team, with your client. So you need to be a good communicator, very strong clarity you should have. And you need to develop its trust, whether it's your clients or amongst your team member. Some of the basic ethics I feel that we should maintain: the short-term distractions. If you're getting calls, make sure there should not be any background noise. Yesterday, Ranjan and Vikas was after me, your sound is not clear, sound is not clear. You know, a lot of torture they have done, guys. Let me share you some secrets. Then the not very casual dressing. Yes, that's right. You know, I tried to be a little looks hot and handsome today. Keep the sensitivities of the clients, workers in mind. Some of the professionals will be getting massive surge in the lockdown, whether it's an IT, HR consultant, knowledge workers like us, insurance consultant and all. So work from home is the next phenomenon. Gig economy. It sounds very hot, spicy, and it's a kind of a gig. Means it's actually the flexible. All the developed countries are going through this phenomena. India, kind of developing countries are also going through. Gig means that you are a flexible worker. You can work with multiple clients from your home, multiple consultancy, multiple project-based works, no monotonous. You can maintain a family and the professional life. You can earn hour-based. So that's the beauty of the gig economy. I have been told 180 platform companies are valued $4.5 trillion, which is actually available for the gig workers, 3 million gig workers having that. There are a lot of semi-skilled jobs like data entry operators to subject matter experts, teaching, online education. You know, online education is next boom actually. Sales and marketing, those are available. Only con which developing nations are talking about against this gig economy, you would not be having social security. But guys, I believe that in coming 1 or 2 years, government is also working how these gig workers can come under the the social economy. So gig workers also could be a blue collar, it could be a driver. But guys, if you see, even as a gig worker, if we are an Uber driver or Ola driver, the kind of salary we're getting as the beginning, a lot of diploma degree engineers are also been placed by so-called engineering college with that kind of package. So there is nothing. I think we need to change our mindset to understand that how the new world would be coming with the professions now. How to be ready for this situation? Very, very important. That is that, because if you really want to sell, you want to develop the sellability of your marketing demand, you need to be very cautious about your social media presence, because all the companies, I can assure you, that would be looking into your social media presence, especially your LinkedIn, Twitter, FB, how you'd be talking, what kind of friends you are in, what is the points you are discussing, whether you are too much political, what kind of language you are using. Please be careful. My company is also, which hires a huge number of people every day. They also take care of that. And I know personally from other organizations. Develop your resume which shows your basic strength for any profession and all. Please prepare yourself for a telephoning interview. Face-to-face interviews are getting less. So you need to know that how to engage telephonically with your interviewer. It's an art. Please practice. I still practice. I still get some job offer. I'm a very new guy, not that much caliber I have. You know, sometime I know that at the beginning of my career, I used to practice for an interview, standing in front of a mirror in bathroom and presenting, because the first question will be coming in any interview. Please tell me about yourself. So how I need to be articulate, what I should present. So Gyan, these are the Gyans, but anybody can prepare yourself. If I can prepare anybody. I just give you 2 points, the Monster and for Magna, which both are my brand, the Quest company's brand, which I checked yesterday also. There are around 3,000 jobs are available on this site. So people can apply and get that. And the most important, keep your reference ready because it's mostly telephoning nowadays. For any job, reference is very, very important. Talk to your reference, the referees. Please tell them what they should say if they get a call for a job reference. Very, very important nowadays. The last part, the last slide I have, that is, again, coming to the China and Jack Ma. Sorry, guys, but I love him actually. So he said in his autobiography, you don't care about how much you know, but you want to know how much you care. Uh, that's a very, very big thing, actually, whether you care about your teammates, employees, your environment, anything. But I just twisted that line and I just applied this in the current slide. How much you care about yourself. That's very, very important. See, what is those important is that for me, it's a healthy lifestyle is the secret to success. Fun in routine life. I know it's a monotonous, you all are locked down, but you should try to figure out that what's the fun you should be getting. Every day I try to figure out certain funs, whether I can cook something new things, whether I can do something new household, read a new book, I can sing a song, I can dance, we all family can have a chat, but fun in routine life, most important. 12 hours I'm busy with my office work. It's a very, very terrible time. I'm going to my profession, all my businesses, leadership, CEOs, chairman, internationally also, US, Canada, Middle East, Southeast Asia, on me. Please advise us strategy, policy, and I'm a very small guy, don't know that much. But my teams are helping me a lot, sort of, that's actually, I have a team of a couple of people, but these people are helping me a lot. Develop your taste bud for homemade food for two things. One, it can keep you healthy. And second part, sometime if you talk about your wife, to your mother or other family member, they're so good cooks, so next day will get better food. Better food. Maybe they're those worst food just in between us. But still you need to say you're so lovely cook. So next day at least they could improve. I can say to my family, so my door is the lock, so I'm super sad. Enhance your relationship with nature. Very important. I love to sit on balcony, but should be a permanent. It should not be, it's a lockdown. Nothing is happening, so you can see Mount Everest from somewhere or something, and once the lockdown will be done, you'll forget your environment. Please develop your permanent relationship with your nature. That's very important. Pick one or two habits as a contribution to world. That's very important. What you can do for the world. So any simple contribution. What I do, I try to save the water as much as possible. That's a very normal thing. You don't need to join an NGO or doing a CSR or anything like that, but simple thing. Next one, select right people and right thought in life. I don't want to say anything on that. You know what does it mean. And please have a night's sleep. Really good, whether you want to have Jennifer Lopez or Deepika or anywhere else. Ranjan doesn't want to take the name because his wife is also online. But yes, you can think that if you have a really good night's sleep, so then you have a sweet romantic dreams. I don't know, Ranjan has made a cut on this point. He doesn't want, that could be. And the last point, you see, you will get some kind of a sound, which is finally water is pouring more and more in glass. That means you need to get. I love also this fellow, not because of he's from Britain or anyone this. I know the nationalistic ideas stop us to know about this fellow. But what a prime minister he was during the Second World War. He was leading the Britain. And what he said, you asked, what is your aim? I can answer in one word. It is victory, victory at all costs, victory in spite of all terrors, victory however long and hard road may be, but without victory, there is no survival. That is very important. We have to get victory with the current situation, and I'm sure you all get it. Thank you all. Special acknowledgement to my team members, Saurav and Vinod, and thanks to GTI for giving me this.